Have you ever knew what is blockchain in your life? A blockchain is, in terms, a time-stamped series of immutable record of data that is managed by a cluster of computers not owned by any single entity. Each of these blocks of data, including blocks, are secure and bound to each other using cryptographic principles. So, what is so special about it, and why are we saying that it has industry-disrupting capabilities? The blockchain network has no central authority, which means it is definition of democratized system. Since it is a shared and immutable ledger, the information in is open for anyone and everyone to see. Hence, anything that is built on the blockchain is by its very nature transparent and everyone involved is accountable for their actions. By allowing digital information to be distributed but not copied, blockchain technology created the backbone of a new type of internet. Original device for the digital currency like Bitcoin, the technology community has now found other potential uses for the technology. Don Tapscott and Alex Tapscott, who is authors of Blockchain Revolution, said that the blockchain is an incorruptible digital ledger for the economic transaction that can be programmed to record not only financial transactions but also virtually everything of value. A blockchain also is a growing list of records it called blocks, which are linked using cryptography. Each block contains a cryptographic hash of the previous block, a timestamp, and transaction data, generally represented as a Merkle tree. In other words, a blockchain is resistant to modification of the data. It is an open, distributed ledger that can record transactions between two parties efficiently and in a verifiable and permanent way. In fact, blockchain carries zero transaction cost, but it costs infrastructure. The blockchain is a simple yet ingenious way of passing information from A to B in a fully automated and safe manner. One party to a transaction initiates the process by creating a block. This block is verified by thousands, perhaps millions of computers distributed around the net. The verified block is added to a chain which is stored across the net, creating not just a unique record, but a unique record with a unique history. Falsifying a single record would mean falsifying the entire chain in millions of instances. That is virtually impossible. Bitcoin uses this model for monetary transactions. Can you imagine that? But it can be deployed in many other ways. In other words, blockchain is the internet of money and the internet of value. It keeps features security, transparency, decentralization, immutability, and programmability. But how the blockchain works? That's the many question of the people would ask. Now, I'll give you some simple explanation. Like Kasim and Ali. Kasim wants to send money to Ali, and the transaction is represented online as a block. The block is broadcasted to every party in the network. Then, the network approves the transaction. After that, the block is added to the existing blockchain in a transparent, unalterable way. Last, the transaction is complete, which means Kasim and Ali transaction is complete. The blockchain is an undeniable ingenious invention, the brainchild of a person or group of people known by a pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto. The blockchain gives the users of the internet the ability to create value and authenticate the digital information. Following are the business applications of blockchain.